Like undines and silks, Leanne's poems travel by air or by water. These past many years she has been busy writing ludic love hymns that put the play back into getting laid and or knocked flat out by these Valentine sucker punch pucker-ups. In a Leanne Brown poem, the E's and the A's are getting friendly with the P's and the Q's. No alphabet minds its mama, and easy readings are only possible because there's so much slide and sugar in her word. Leanne will be joined tonight by actor and director Tony Torm, who a year or so ago could be seen wearing a red nose in a Richard Foreman play, and most recently was Lucifer in Arthur Miller's The Creation of the World and Other Business. Now, please get sweet on Leanne Brown and her bow.
Thank you. Thanks, Eleni. I want to invite Tony up here to start the reading, just the collaboration we did. If everybody doesn't know by now, we are going to have a baby. Yay! But the trace of this, forecast has come through poems before we even knew it was going to happen. So this is one of the poems that we wrote in January, and it hadn't happened yet.
Yeah, but 2.5 months before, called Baby in a Wheelchair.
Baby in a wheelchair, also called a perambulator, and maybe later get to know your receptor, mojo, Giacomo, better place to be warmly, vibraphone, raffia. So let's really rompish treme, so totally Elysian field, life, oh.
Annie of Sunnybank legs, see the daily jewels of quartered en français, look deeper in the stone. Now her family surrounds her. The surge is suddenly capped, stoned with live ink, suspicious, own little selfless, selfish.
In my black and tan nighthawk, the last good song of Elvis ever blurbs between past and present.
And then stood before, getting inside statues, and the child again lost Zion's phone number.
And in time, entwined,
search for a new hookup. Leanne was very generous to ask me to read a couple of poems, and I also want to thank Naropa for being so welcoming to me this week. I'm just going to read two sonnet-type poems, one from a month ago and one from 20 years ago. This is the one from a month ago. This is called Sunnybank Sonnet, after the place where Leanne and I like to stay in Hot Springs, North Carolina, where we got married. And it's a place that's haunted by the ghost of Jane Gentry, a ballad singer. Sunnybank Sonnet. Tonight the moon is as bright as the sun, and I am standing between two kinds of sound. Does the drip drip water in the sink humanize the tick tick clock in the hall? Or does that tinny metronome provide a spur to ask what a leaky faucet is even worth considering? But now in another room, that's all I hear, rippling all down to the foundation. Respects to Jane. This house tonight. And this one was written when I was 17. A long time back. Flaubert in Egypt. Flaubert in Egypt going from whorehouse to whorehouse. Rimbaud gun running the Mediterranean. Beauty does seem to have failed them. So what do we do when beauty fails us? In Mexico, in Malibu, in New York, in London, pulling away from the center of things, becoming no more than the backdrop for something else entirely, betrayal, or merely the slow erosion of touch. What's left to us then made beautiful primarily through our desires? Go live another kind of life, why don't you? Keep your hands away from the landmines of joy. No. Throw yourself into your work with a beauty that is anger, with an anger that creates, a ravenous taste for the life lived, our Virgil, a passionate wish for reunion, our Beatrice. So back to my Beatrice.
Thank you, Tony. I've always coming back to the sonnet form, mostly because of publishing Bernadette Mayer's sonnets in 1989 and being so bowled over by the form and how she recreated it. So I have two sonnets I want to read tonight. One's called Magenta Sonnet. Complicate the way you parse a sentence into 14 parts or lines. Why are you sitting in the sun due to the good grace of the many non-bombed bridges, bougainvilleas to my left below the Castro's hallowed eaves? Ava or Asa aren't anagrammatic names, nor is Ada. Abba means dada or daddy in Bible language. My mama taught me many mnemonic songs to list the names of states of holy authors of books, like ecclesiastical honey's outrageous bluebird, mocking the 5 petals of painful revelation, closures inconclusive, change of season. And the other one is the one I wrote the day I found out I was going to have a child. Secret Sonnet. Egg moon and worm moon conjoined to tell me, laughingly, not to be alarmed by this new Velcro. 2 thinking buzzards in black, across the state line, Kuan Yin leans. A plum time to blossom, the signs all sigh. When they squeeze each other, light comes out, then a dust devil in the road, followed by a glossy pheasant. Many twin yellow violets out of the 9th month midnight. Pandora Leon's shuttle sings and knits, sewing the hiddenite biscuits I now have at the ready. Belmont City playboys and girls, hear me now. Me and my love's Johnny Jump-Ups and June Spring's knees are busting out all over. This is called Pokeberry Hand. You know pokeberries, that's that bright magenta berry that we used to squish all over ourselves. It's like my favorite color. Pokeberry Hand. Storm King fences aren't high enough to stop the leggy red calders from stepping over nights. I squish magenta pokeberries, slightly poisoned, on my hand. Once my sister put the juice all over herself for Halloween, garnered many compliments, started to itch wildly, had to flee October company. Pokeberry Hand on a